Whatever. Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic.
And I am Most Evil Lifeform.
And we are once again reacting to RWBY Season 5, Episode 5. So, yeah, we already talked about everything last episode, so whatever, let's just start.
The Cape of Doom.
By the way, back to the fairy tales, back to the show. And the guitar. That's me! By the way, that was Boop. I think the way that he wields it, it's not like Oz did before, like like a float. It's possibly Oscar in this case. He's like, this is my weapon, you know, like the first weapon you have.
But still, it could maybe it's a sword which can basically, or some sort of sword which can be used for however the owner wants. Like that, it's a preferred way of style.
I mean, it.
Also, Oscar is not full grown yet, so for him it's basically a two-hand sword.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ospen was using it
like a rapier.
Like a rapier, something like that, you know, or florid. And I guess for Oscar it is like, I have a weapon here, yay! It's like these two-handed chops, you know.
It looked too confident for just like, yay, you have a weapon.
I like that, you know. Yes, Salem. Lake.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. Are you ready?
Scroll.
I've beat up on giant monsters and robots more than once. I think I can handle getting a few signatures.
Ah.
Who signs up for it?
Yeah.
Your chieftain needs you. Your people need you. Please, join the fight and help us save Haven Academy.
It will go.
Yeah, it's not the best start.
Are you kidding me? We'd love to have someone with your skills on our side.
Mata. Get back inside.
Mom,
you're not going anywhere.
Huh?
Better watch out, she has an axe. Seriously? Oh, cool. I was waiting for if there's something like water-based.
They were. They could see the fins and the ears and everything. Yeah, tough job.
Yeah.
I don't get it! How can they just sit around and do nothing with the White Fang getting ready to attack?
Because not everyone is like you and me. The faunus here in Menagerie, the ones that weren't born on the island, moved here because they were tired of fighting, of having to struggle constantly. Menagerie is filled with people that just want to be left alone. And here we are asking them to put the rest of the world before themselves.
I guess I never really thought about it like that.
The problem is, whatever happens at Haven is going to affect them whether they like it or not. If Adam gets his way and Haven falls, it's only going to make things worse for the faunus. Everywhere.
Adam. He's the guy you used to work with?
Ooh. There we are going.
Yes.
Sorry. Forget I brought it up.
No, it's okay. Have you ever met someone and thought to yourself, they are the personification of this word? Okay, well, I remember getting to know Ruby and thinking, this girl is the embodiment of purity. After a while, I saw Weiss was defiance, and Yang was strength.
What am I?
Jury's still out on that one, but I'm leaning towards earnest.
Earnest? Well, he is kind of earnest.
First, I thought Adam was justice. Then, I thought he was passion. But over time, I realized I was wrong. He wasn't any of those things. He was spite. Not hatred, not rage, spite.
Yeah?
He won't accept equality, only suffering for what he feels the world did to him. And his way of thinking is dangerously contagious. That's what worries me about Ilya. She's not like Adam, not yet at least. But I don't know how long that will last.
She was your friend, huh?
She was. Her chameleon traits meant she could pass as human. She could have lived a normal life if she wanted. But she didn't. I always admired that. She lost her family in a mining accident when she was young, and she joined the White Fang. Like me, she was more or less trained on the road alongside other faunists. She learned to survive, to defend herself. But as people like Sienna and Adam started to gain a following, she became more dangerous. I guess I did too. My parents tried to get me to leave with them, but I refused. I had Adam and Ilya, after all.
You know we're going to have to face her eventually.
I know.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to try and help her the way you helped me.
Hmm?
You showed me that sometimes you need to be there for a friend, even when they don't want you to be.
Nice.
I was drowning in guilt and fear. I tried to push you away, but you didn't give up on me. And I can't give up on Ilya. It's about time I saved my friends for once.
So the mining accident she was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lost.
Yeah.
You're really getting better, huh? Are you hungry? It's almost dinner time.
Yeah. That sounds good. I was about to call it a night anyway.
So, you've never fought before?
Just the occasional small grim. Nothing like this, though.
Wow, you look like a natural.
It's strange. I've only had this cane for a few weeks, but I feel like I've had it for a lifetime. Longer, even. I sound like a crazy person.
I mean, yeah, just a little. But at this pace, you'll be combat ready in no time.
Combat ready. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Gigi.
Well, I'll see you upstairs.
How do you handle all of this?
What do you mean?
I'm scared. I'm more scared than I've ever been in my life. Than I ever thought was possible. I always knew that I wanted to be more than a farmhand, but this? Who would ask for this?
We all went to Beacon because we wanted to help people. But you're right. None of us asked for this either. We just have to press on and
How
hope.
can you be so confident? People have tried to kill you. The world's about to go to war all over again. How are you okay with any of this?
When Beacon fell, I lost two of my friends. Penny Polandina and Pira Nikos. I didn't know them for very long, but that doesn't change the fact that they were two of the most kind-hearted people I'd ever met. But that didn't save them. Pira thought that if there was even the smallest chance of helping someone, that it was a chance worth taking. And because of that, she died fighting a battle she knew she couldn't win. And Penny was killed just to make a statement.
I'm sorry.
I am scared. But not just for me. What happened at Beacon shows that Salem doesn't care if you're standing against her or not. She'll kill anybody. And that scares me most of all. Pyrrha, Penny, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't hurt. That I didn't think about them every day since I lost them. That I didn't wish I had spent more time with them. If it had been me instead, I know they would have kept fighting too. No matter how dangerous it was. So that's what I choose to do. To keep moving forward. Come on. If we don't hurry, Nora's gonna eat everything. It wouldn't be the first time.
That was nice.
Hey, Oscar. This isn't gonna be easy. But the fact that you're even trying says a lot about you. You're braver than you think.
She's always the one lifting others up, right?
Well, that was also the reason why she's still...
She really is remarkable, isn't she?
Yeah. She must have been one of the best huntresses at Beacon, huh?
In some ways, yes. But in many others, no. She has her quirks, her faults, just like everyone else. But she also possesses something unquantifiable, a spark that can inspire others even in the darkest of times.
Exactly.
This must be really hard on her, too.
It most assuredly is.
Your thoughts?
Are of no significance. If this is how High Leader Taurus wishes to proceed, then we shall make it so.
Of course, brother. Still.
Come in.
He doesn't agree.
Sister Ilya, thank you for meeting with us.
How may I be of assistance?
Please, stand. We have wonderful news.
What is it?
We finally received a message from the Mistral Brotherhood. The operation was a success. Adam Taurus has claimed his place as the High Leader of the White Fang.
Good. And Sienna?
Buried with honor. The other branches of the Fang have been given the story that was agreed upon.
A necessary sacrifice. We won't forget everything she did for us.
Indeed.
Your maturity and understanding in regards to this matter is appreciated, and it is why we've summoned you here this evening.
The White Fang is experiencing a transitional period.
Growth requires change.
And change can be painful.
If it's for the betterment of the Faunus, then it's a pain we can endure. What's our next mission?
Containment. With the CCT tower still inoperable, we have the luxury of control over the flow of information.
News of Adam's ascension has yet to reach Menagerie, but when it does, the citizens of Kuokawana will undoubtedly react poorly now that the chieftain has spoken out against us.
It's my fault the Belladonnas had any ground to stand on.
Do not concern yourself with past failures, Ilya. Focus on the future. We have an opportunity for redemption.
What do you need me to do?
The Belladonnas are the only remaining threat to Adam's assault on Haven Academy.
And so, they must be silenced.
Silenced?
Like Sienna, they stand in the way of true progress for our people.
We would never put such a burden on you alone, of course. Your brothers and sisters will be at your side. But your relationship with their daughter makes you an integral part of this operation.
Blake?
We know how close you were with young Blake. Rest assured, High Leader Taurus has requested she be taken alive, but we cannot risk having her present to defend her family.
But the people of Menagerie...
We'll come to understand what happens to those who speak out against the White Fang.
And we'll be left without a leader until our victory is complete.
A necessary sacrifice, Sister Ilya.
the next step, you know. Step by step into darkness.
Oh, she needs to make a decision.
I think she just made one. Just could see it.
She's right to worry about the citizens. It's possible they may come to see Gira as a martyr.
It is a risk we must take for our High Leader.
I will not allow them to ruin this. The Belladonna name has brought me nothing but grief. You've done well in finding the deserter.
Spite.
Bring her to me alive. But not before you've slaughtered her family. I have a promise to keep.
Yeah. Like everything.
He seems unwell.
He carries with him a tremendous burden.
Are we sure he is the one to lead us?
For now, we must do what is best for the Faunus.
Ooh.
Yes. Brother Yuma, did you see to Gira's messenger?
He rests beneath the waves, along with his warning.
Then all is well.
Winged one, that's cool. Why are those episodes so short?
He rests beneath the wave. Warnings. Yeah, everything critical will be removed.
But I like the fact that it is not one-sided. You can clearly see it here that they have their very own plans and ambitions, and they do not agree on all terms as well. So
for me, those two are more like yin and yang. You know, not in the sense of yang.
Yeah,
but,
I know what you mean. Yeah, okay.
But because he is like, okay, the discussion which could go on in our heads, what the pro and cons is, so it's basically made vocal, right?
Yes. But it's interesting. So you could see, I really like that they talked about what one word for persons. I really like this idea. So that Blake puts one word for persons she meets and gets to know. And for Adam, it is spite. And that was, I mean, they clearly showed by showing the message, they supported this word.
Which, by the way, is actually a lot more than we saw in the past of him in the sense of outrage.
Yes.
Even when he confronted her directly, he was not that.
Yes. He was very calm. He was like, darling.
That's why I'm like,
people.
This is weird that he is like right now losing it more. If maybe he's losing it more and more. Because before that he was very controlled and cold, and now he becomes more heated in a sense. But the thing is, I'm also interested what those two are, because they are having this.
They're emissaries. They're emissaries for the White Fang.
No, but it seems they also have this picture when where they stand in front. So it feels more like
a cult
family
inside of it.
Yeah, or a family or a cult, or like, you know, if you have priests were a separate section in a religion, they are still something special.
That's why I said cult. Like they're a very specific part of it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a cult. But I think it's very like something separate in the White Fang. Yeah, probably.
We have not seen any like them except for those two. So if there would be others in example near to Adam now that he's in the headquarter or somewhere else, then we might know it's more like priest class, something like that.
More family, because it's also that the picture is like a shrine. It's like they are in front of it, and it's all in this golden frame and everything. So.
And they said they what is do you think it is right to support him, that he is the one we want? And
for
now that is interesting. So question is, who do they have? I guess at least he, the one on the left side right now, is having at least someone in mind, not ready yet possibly, and if there is such a shrine, who is the one in the shrine?
They really have their own like goal for the Faunas, and they just see, okay, as long as Adam is fitting their goal right now, it's fine that he is the one leading, and after that Adam can become obsolete. So I think those two, or the family, or whatever they are something which will come a lot more important later on.
With their very own plan. I think they pushed Ilya too far right now. I think there was one step too much right now.
Well, I mean, they even doubted that it is right, the correct thing to do, but they just roll with it because it's like, okay, this is. I think that the death of the Belladonnas is right now not positive and not negative again for them, and they basically roll with it and see what the outcome will be, and depending on that, they will make the following decisions. And yeah, but it was something which was to be expected that day.
I mean, what's happening now is what I expected, like in the last episode. As I said, it is the open statement against it, but that it's fitting. That was Elia, and she's honest, and she believes in things, and she stands openly and honestly. While what Adam asks, and they support at the moment, is this more shady and aggressive going on, like kill him and get rid of him.
Well, this is not very well, not shady in my opinion, but the thing is, now it's becoming personal. The killing of Khan was for her like, okay, it was a necessary sacrifice. Now it becomes personal.
Even that was too much for her already, because she asked, you could see that he is a high leader now, and she was like, yeah, very good. Khan, and you could see that she was afraid.
She was not happy with it.
Definitely.
But it was more of a, yeah, okay, this is something this is like an inconvenience, but I have to live with it.
Well,
now
but she
it
was like hoping it's not happening.
Yeah, but still, it was something like, okay, she knew that this was a possibility, a very probable possibility, and she was going with it. But now it has a new level because it became personal.
I think the difference is that she kind of hoped it could be avoided, and she does not see clearly how evil, to say so, Adam is by going directly for the kill. He had the option to simply get her arrested, Sienna Khan. He had everyone in the room. He could have just got her arrested and put into a cellar anyway, but she instead stabbed her.
No, the thing is also that they're probably, like he said, that people will not receive that likely. And that, so he could make up his own story about it, that she stepped back because officially she is not dead.
Yes, but he could have done that as well by putting her in the cellar and saying she stepped down. No one would know it.
But actually this is more clever for Adam, in my opinion, because, you know, everyone alive is a risk.
Sure, no question there. But I think that Ilya is not aware that he would go directly for the kill instead of even thinking about an option. I think he did never think about the option to arrest her or anything.
Yeah,
he wanted to kill her. And so she came to cope with that. She was like, necessary sacrifice, not nice, but well, okay. But I'm pretty sure she's not fine with that it happened. And when they now push her to go for the Belladonnas, is why I said step by step into darkness.
I mean, we expected that she switches sides sooner or later, maybe. So this could be this would be the decision point if she switches or not.
Definitely will.
And I think that she tries to, like, in the sense of what I would say would happen is that during the attempt of the assassination of them, or somehow, that she will take them into cover. Like, okay, that it will look like they were killed, but in the original they are still alive and in the underground still being active.
Might be an option.
That would be my assumption.
I think it will be more clearly. She will really change sides and they will refight.
We will see.
Whatever it when she left the door, you could see in this moment she made a decision.
Yeah, we don't know the decision.
That's the question. So either to go for the kill or to, okay, this is too much, I will change sides now. One of those, however, she did a decision that was clearly to be seen. So much about those. Oscar / Ospin
/ who else?
Well, there was this moment in this episode when it hit me. When Ruby said, it's just a matter of time and you're combat ready.
Yeah.
And I was like instantly, because I like that from Penny, the combat ready.
Yeah.
And then in this moment I said it, you could see the face of Ruby change.
Yeah.
And it was the same moment for me. It was like, oh crap, she's thinking about Penny. And I was like, oh shit, yes, sure. And that's the nice thing. So she said it became part of her wording, you know? And in this moment the memory came back. Which was a nice introduction to the speech that came later on, because she talked about Penny and about Pyrrha. What they did, why they did, and why it inspires her and spurs her to go on. That was a very nice speech, which once again shows why she's a leader. why she's the central of the series. She's the good heart of the series, you know, the honest soul, the small and honest soul that was talked about in the first episode, even.
Yeah, for me, I mean, this is something she showed off before. It was with Jean. It was, I think, also with Blake. What was it, Blake or was it Vice? She showed this ability before, and this was also for me the reason. Yeah, this is why she was becoming the leader. Yeah, I mean it's a trait. That's why she is the leader, and she's still reckless and like sometimes overconfident. That's why the husband said, yeah,
she has her faults too.
Yeah,
exactly. But what I realized is the fact that when Oscar was doubting everything and questioning RWBY why she's going on, every time at this moment Ospin could have gone in and said that's the reason, but he didn't. He chose, and I think he chose by his own will.
I don't know if you can choose, because it feels like, okay, Oscar is need to giving his
yes, but he could have talked in his head. I mean, he could. That's the one thing, he can always talk in his head.
That's what I don't know if it's possible at any time, or if this is a form of control.
He was in the first episodes when he was inside. Oscar tried to not hear him, to push him out. And there was one thing where Ospin very clearly showed that he's always able to talk when he wants. And in this case, he didn't. And I think because he knew that RWBY would find the correct answers, would show why she is who she is.
I think for me it was more like, okay, they probably talked about this before, and like Oscar and Ospin. And he already tried to convince him before, and that Oscar needs a second person who is fighting directly, because right now for Oscar, Ospin is basically something foreign, someone he doesn't know and knows at the same time, but he never met him in person compared to the others, and he never saw him fighting, he never experienced this stuff. Well, it currently merges.
Well, right now for Oscar, RWBY is someone to look up to, you know. Someone who faced.
I thought
problems.
It's more okay. Someone who is like not to look up to, but someone to open up, because they are closer in age than the others.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that it's kind of well set up, of course, because if he would have talked to Jean, it would be probably a similar result, I would assume, or to Ren. So it basically, it was RWBY.
In case of Ren, it would be the very calm, you know, it would be just logic in the case of Ren.
I don't think so. I don't think that Ren is only logic. I think that Ren has a lot of emotions which had to resolve in the last season, basically.
Yeah,
but this is still in him. He is calm on the outside, but I think he has. This is like, okay, this storm which. When he this was the moment when he lost it, and all those emotions came bursting out. So I'm not that confident that Ren is only calm.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant is RWBY is the best one for it, definitely, because she has this belief in the good. You know, she has this real honest belief in everything will turn out.
Well, the thing is, in a good way. She didn't clearly. From all of the characters, she's the Nora didn't doubt either until now, but she's the one who is more open about it. I would think, like, that she can admit, okay, this hurts, but this is also at the same time the force driving me forward.
That's the thing that Yang said in the past when there was an episode when they were with the doctor on the outside, and the doctor questioned everyone, "Why do you want to become a huntress?" Yeah. There was one thing that Yang said: her sister always wanted to be like this, like the heroes in the books, and this propels her forward, this gives her the fire. And I think this is a reason why she's that's what I mean with she has this possibly that's the spark that he mentioned here. Anything else?
Determination.
Possibly a lot
of determination. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a guy with wings, and there are guys with fins.
Yeah, the fin guys I have seen before.
Really is cool. So the fauners have not only ground troops, they have marines, and they have.
They also had those little selling stands in the water. This was something I thought was very cool. That they
possibly
even
for stuff for people in the water more, you know?
Well, the products were above the water, so. But this was a very nice touch.
And some with wings, which
so in theory, mermaids are faunas.
No, here we go. And harpies are as well.
Yeah.
So sure, yeah, they are.
And any form of
every mix of
centaurs
human and animal, yeah.
In theory, satyrs as well.
Yes, they are. Satyrs are a goat and human.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of stuff. But I like it that they go for this, I guess, because we talked once or twice that I would like especially to see more faunas. So it's cool to see one with wings. Now I'm waiting for butterfly faunas.
The fairies.
That would be nice. But they would possibly would have to be human sized, so there would be really huge wings.
I mean, his wings were not human sized, definitely not.
They were
pretty small.
Pretty small for a guy of his size, that's true. And what looked like a bat, I think, something like that.
I mean, with this size, I would also assume he is not able to fly, actually. He's maybe able to glide a little bit, but not flying.
Well, we don't know how much of his body has changed. Maybe he is lightweight. So for birds, his bones are hollow and stuff like that.
Yeah, but still the wings of birds are still the size of their body.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
More. So you actually need to be lightweight, and then you have wings of the size of your body to lift you up.
He would have problems passing doors if he had normal sized wings then. No, like, oh no, not again, stuck. But maybe we will see at least some more of winged ones. If they're really going. And I hope they will be able to form a troop to help in the academy, in the fight about the academy. It would be really cool to see some faunus-based fights which are different. Because the White Fang was only guys in armors and guns.
But they are actually trained in fighting. And the thing is, all the people, that's the next thing. They try to recruit people, but they are all unexperienced in fighting.
It would be part possibly of, I guess, next season or so, training them, if they can get some, to get them into a fighting shape.
But as expected, they have a hard time following to find people or faunas.
Right now, the decision of Adam to go after the Belladonna family
could backfire.
It will, because if anyone, if the society realizes it's happening.
I mean, if it's happened that the Belladonnas are being going undercover and it looks like they're being dead, then the underground organization will become more and more likely, because I think the people of Menagerie will start to be parted. Like, okay, one part will agree with what Adam is doing. I think it's the majority, because simply as Blake put it, they are tired of fighting, and simply. Basically, they are happy as long as they are not affected. Like, basically, this is perfectly resembling of the world right now.
I think there's a difference. They would. At the moment, they are. But in the moment when Adam and the White Fang go against faunas, there is a stopping point, Because even those who say, we are superior to man, or I don't care. It
depends on how the death is
yeah, sure. If it looks like an accident, yeah. But even if they would know they were killed by the White Fang,
it will not look like an accident. If it was, because that's what he said. What they are also
he wants to have a statement.
Yeah, he wants to have a statement. What happens for people who go against the White Fang?
Which would, if it would happen, would possibly cause most of the people to not openly speak against, because they would be afraid. But an underground would start to form. People would start.
Yeah, that's why I said. But I don't think it's a lot. I actually think it's not a lot, because. Being scared on top of not want to be involved and just want to be safe and secure, there will possible people following that. Probably also like Blake is recruiting them, because I think Gira and will then not go into public anymore at all.
Which, by the way they tried to recruit was, in my opinion, not really good. But they're inexperienced in doing this. So
how would you have done it then?
No, let's not discussing that. However, I don't think that they will go underground, and I don't think that the attack will succeed. It might be someone is being hurt. I am very sure no one will get killed, because that would be absolutely a disaster for Blake, because would be the third person in her opinion, who died or was hurt due to her being around, you know? And that would... I don't know if she could handle that, especially if it's her parents.
If she's still not, like, over that, like, I would rather say, okay, this forces her to go out more, to finally face Adam to stop him.
Yeah, but I think they will
But
not.
I don't think they will be killed off.
So, and I don't think they will go underground after the attempt. So you think they will possibly go underground and will try to change it into we got killed and we are working underground?
Mm-hmm.
I think they will not go underground, and either it comes out what happened or not, but they will even more stand openly, because Gerard is someone who is openly.
But he's also not stupid. If he sees, okay, currently the people are against it and that he needs to, and he is openly being attacked, they need to find a way. They are becoming what Adam's splitter part was before. It's like, okay, they switch around.
The question is, I mean, they ended last season with that Blake wants to take back the White Fang.
Yes.
Right now, what Adam has in control is the headquarter, this one group there, his own people, and those two guys here with Ilya. But it was said that to everyone else, or the other groups, he said that she was stepping back and he's now high leader. So he's lying to them. That might be an option as well, if the Belladonnas can get the real information out. If they can get it out.
That would be where Ilya comes into place, if she switches side. So it will really depend on what will happen if Ilya stays basically undercover in White Fang and basically being their spy. This would be the reason why I would say they still need to have an
asset there.
Yeah, because right now they are having no way of seeing what they will do. Right now it's pure luck, and that's why I think, okay, Ilya will switch side, but not actively. She will be the spy in disguise.
So we have two theories, and I think we show them differently. So your idea is Ilya will do it hidden, so she will help, but stay in the White Fang, and it looks as though everything worked out, ideally as though the Belladonnas are dead.
And the Belladonnas are still underground. And
I'm more for the idea that she will help them, and I guess more openly, and then the Belladonnas will stand openly against the White Fang even more right now. So those are two options. We will see in the next episodes. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it's a completely different
and
option.
I'm just hoping I'm right, because it would be nice to be right at least once.
You were right before.
I was right before, sure. But you were pretty good with predicting in the past. So that's why. Just thinking if we forgot any part of this episode. Was it only Ruby, Oscar, and the Belladonnas?
Well, and the White Fang, yeah.
Okay. Then we are through, I guess. So
up to next time with Raven and Co. And,
I guess we still have not seen anything from the evil guys, except for a bit of Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Evil.
Evil.
This was a combination of Adam and Evil.
Evil. Okay, but we are still guessing that.
But he is part of the villains. So.
We should see something of possibly Leo and Watts in.
Yeah.
There should be in the next episodes.
Crow's
in the end.
And yeah.
I think Crow and his new man he brings in will be in some of the last episodes.
It depends on the portal. I think in the next episode we will see Raven, and the thing is, if she just can bring them to Crow, you will have Crow again because of Yang and Weiss.
Sure, yeah, that's an option as well. I'm not sure if we will see anything of Salem. We know that Cinder was sent to Watts, to the camp. Wasn't it?
Cinder was sent to the camp with Watts, and after that they should contact Hazel.
Exactly, so we're still waiting for Cinder to pop up there. Question is if she will do while the girls are still there. That would be really interesting.
And because they would need to have they have to team up with Raven, fight against.
Sure, no, and with the Spring Maiden just by power base. That might equal it. Only the question is if, in this case, Raven would have to choose a side, which she tries to avoid all the time.
I think in the end, because she wants to protect her tribe, and the Spring Maiden is part of her tribe, she would side in this very moment with Yang and Vice, and the same goes for them. Go against Cinder, because Cinder has beside her own power, and depending on what can do.
What the well,
and
someone
Tyrion.
Well,
my guess is that Tyrion will also show up again with a new tail.
Sure, although I would like to see a little bit more first of how he gets a new tail from Watts. By the way, someone mentioned, and I'm not sure if it is true, that when we had the hacking of the first scroll of Ironwood in the past on the desk, that you could see a W. I'm not sure if this is true. I haven't seen it. But if it is true, it would point out that the one who does the hacking stuff, who's good with computers, would be Watts. Which might be because right now he does spy Leo.
Yeah, he's not very active in the sense of fighting. He didn't fight. He didn't fight once. He's all he's doing is word speaking and messaging.
Yeah, and being a, but it might be that it is him. Although I still say that Hazel has his very own way with machines. So it's kind of hacking as well. So we will see.
You mean he forced through the firewall?
Yes, he punched through the firewall. Okay, so we will see. This is it for this time. As always, if you want to see our next reaction, go over to my Patreon. It should be already up there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is it for this time. My name is Relax and Panic.
And I am Most Evil Lifer.
Goodbye and out.